This is Pick a Crystal Tarot for Aquarius for the middle of August. This is going to be your reading for mid-August. So what I'd like you to do right now is I'd like you to pick either the blue calcite Aquarius or the black obsidian. So take a moment to do that. Think about what it is that you're going through. Today is August 8th. Tomorrow is the full moon in Aquarius. I'm sure all the Aquarians out there have been, rectifying a lot, really taking a look at themselves, transforming, right? This is that time of year when Aquarius is going to be in the spotlight. So make sure to stand out as much as you can, Aquarius. So we're going to get it going. All right. So we'll start with the blue calcite. The way that it works is I shuffled the cards. There are 4 cards in each spread, and then there's 2 clarifying cards. So we'll start with the 4-card reading, and then we'll try to get some more clarity with the 2 clarifying cards. So if you chose blue calcite, this is for you, Aquarius. Definitely what I spoke to, right? So you have the 5 of Swords, to the Death card, to the King of Swords, which is you, Aquarius, to the Emperor. So I'm sure all the Aquarians have been feeling a lot lately. I'm sure you've been really, definitely balancing out your energy. You have been diving into yourself and understanding your emotions more. This is the time of year in August, in Leo, which is our opposite sign as Aquarians, to really, dive into your heart and not live into your mind so much. So to me, I have a feeling that this is all about you, right? You start with the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is walking away victorious. So think about all the work that you've been doing here, Aquarius. Think about like what you've been cutting out of your life. Think about, inner demons that you have been defeating or working to defeat or working to process, right? Think about all the ways that you're coming out victorious, and you've been doing it at all costs. That's the thing that I want you to think about with the 5 of Swords, is that the 5 of Swords is like, you have to win dirty. Right. So it's like, to me, this is about you. This is about things inside of yourself. Right. You've been diving into the dark places inside of yourself. You've been having to look at the really, just profound things and changes that you've been making in your life right now, and think about how you've been walking away victoriously. And that has led to the Death card, which is all about transformation and rebirth, right? I'm sure for many Aquarians, like, you've been destroying parts of yourself to bring about new parts of yourself. So think about what it is that the things that are no longer working for you in yourself and in your life, right? The things that you need to release, the things that you really kind of just need to truly bring to an end, to bring to a death, so that you can experience a rebirth. And then you have a pretty powerful outcome with the King of Swords and the Emperor. The King of Swords is going to be, King of Swords is you, Aquarius, right? So it's like, this is just further confirmation that you have been doing the work, you have been growing, your mind is powerful, right? With Pluto and Aquarius, Uranus and Gemini, everyone is feeling this King of Swords energy. Everyone is feeling rebellious and having more mental adventures and more mental clarity and wanting to change and thinking about the collective, thinking about how things are unfair, thinking about emperors that have been destroying freedom for thousands of years now, right? So it's like, to me, this is about you, and you're going to express this outwardly, right? Like, how have you changed and transformed? How have you been victorious in your internal battles or any battles in your life to bring about a transformation so that you can end up the boss like the Emperor? Right? The really beautiful thing about the Emperor is that he has his armor underneath his robe there, which means that he's ready to go. Right? So this energy that you've been working with, this transformation that you've been doing in your life, you're even more ready to save the planet, right? You're even more ready. And, it starts with saving yourself, obviously, right? You need to look at the parts of yourself that have been shackled. You need to look at the parts of yourself that have been, trapped in a box, right? You've been breaking out of those boxes with that 5 of Swords. You've reached more mental clarity. So how have you become, an embodiment of the Emperor here to bring about way more authority and control in your life here, Aquarius, right? So think about, and even moving forward, think about the parts of yourself that still, give you an inner conflict. How are you addressing those things? How are you healing those things? How are you processing those things so that you can move forward with some pretty awesome power with these two cards? All right, so we will go ahead and clarify. So to clarify these four cards, we have the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords, right? So the Ace of Swords is definitely connected to that King of Swords energy. You have new insights. You have new power in your mind. You have, new ways that you're going to rebel as an Aquarius. You have new ways of bringing the collective together. You have new ways of just making things better for everyone because you are an Aquarius here, right? So you have figured out something new that you want to work towards from this power that you're gaining. And then, this is one of the big outcomes of this reading, which is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords has basically said that something that's been hurting you or past hurt, it's done, right? Like, don't even think that you still have to process it. You've done the work to bring this pain to an end, right? Whatever it is. And, the thing about the Ten of Swords is that he's making the same symbol that the Hierophant is making, which is asking for a blessing. Right. So the Ten of Swords is saying that you've been through a lot of pain. People have hurt you. Life has hurt you. Things have been really unfair for you here, Aquarius. But you have to see how it's helped you to transform with that Death card so that moving forward, you're going to see that all of the past hurts, all of the past pains were actually blessings that have helped you transform. All right. If you chose the Black Obsidian, this is going to be your reading. All right, so for the Aquarians that chose the Black Obsidian, I mean, it's both readings are amazing. I'm just laughing because I'm an Aquarius rising, so I'm not trying to make it about me, but this is definitely a lot of the things that I've been going through. If you chose Black Obsidian, you have the Strength card, you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups, and then you have the Star, which is you. So both groups, right? If you're in that blue calcite group and you're watching this right now, Aquarius has shown up in big ways in this reading, and that just means that you are in a position of power, right? Which makes perfect sense. We have a full moon in Aquarius. As an Aquarius, you need to stand out. You need to be weird as hell. You need to go out and just be louder. You need to go out and question all of the systems in your life that are unfair. You need to speak up for the collective, right? That is the power of strength here. Right? You need to know that you have been doing so much work. You need to know that you have been going through so many challenges in your life, so many boxes that you've been put into, and the outcome is strength, right? And then right next to that, you have the Ace of Cups. Strength and the Ace of Cups is saying that whatever strength you've cultivated, it has made your heart just overflow. Right? You are happy right now, Aquarius. I mean, even that last reading was pretty powerful, right? So it's like the Aquarius collective has been going through it, and it's time to shine. Moving into this full moon in Aquarius, really for the rest of August, it's going to be time for Aquarians to shine. We are in Pluto in Aquarius right now, so everyone is feeling this Aquarius energy. For people that are unfamiliar with Aquarius energy, you need to be a beacon. But the Ace of Cups is also saying that you need to take care of yourself. You need to do the things that you love. You need to make sure your heart is flowing, and whatever that you need to do so that you just feel full with, joy, and that you can give joy to others with your strength, your outcome is going to be the Ten of Cups with the Star, which is amazing, right? Ten of Cups represents a profound happiness, right? Ten of Cups is one of the happiest, if not the happiest cards in tarot. And along with the Star, it's saying you are going to be happy by shining bright. You're going to be happy again by being a beacon. You are going to be an example of what it means to be an Aquarius, what it means to change things for, everyone, because that's what we're going through here right now in our world and in our life today. And Aquarius are going to be an example, right? You need to understand, Aquarius, that you are a star. If you've been dimming your light, if you haven't been shining, if you haven't been loud, if you haven't been putting yourself out there, that's how you're going to attain this happiness of the Ten of Cups, by being you and doing you here, Aquarius, right? So that's pretty incredible that this is the reading, right? Okay, so to clarify these four cards, nice. And it's crazy because it's like both Aquarius groups have an ace card, right? And then this is a big clue card, is that you have the Four of Swords, right? So this is basically saying two things, and it's either or. If you have been in the house, resting, relaxing, or recovering, hoping for a blessing, you can see here he has prayer hands and he's hoping for a blessing while he's resting, relaxing, and recovering. If you've been doing too much of this, it's time to shine and be a star. If you've been out, if you feel like your battery is drained, if you feel like you've been going out and putting yourself on display, right, but you don't really feel like you've been shining as bright as you are, then you need to go into the Four of Swords mode and relax and recover and be by yourself and be an independent Aquarius and, you know, dive into your mind and then that brilliant genius mind that you have. And then the Ace of Wands is saying that you need to create something new, whatever that means for you. Right? This is like letting, you know, this isn't a very Aquarius card right now, right? Because the Ace of Wands is basically saying that we're going to get rid of everything that's old and archaic, and we're going to bring in something new. We are going to create something new for everyone so that everything is better for everyone, right? So think about what you can create. What are you creating in yourself? What inner world mind processes, mental processes, genius ways of thinking that you are creating in your life right now and in yourself? How are you going to express that out into the world? How are you going to show that with the Ace of Wands? Because the Ace of Wands is basically saying that you need to create something new here, Aquarius. All right, yeah, I'm really excited. You know, if you're reading this around the time of the full moon, have a great full moon to all the fellow Aquarians out there, and go out there and save the world. And again, if this is a reminder, if you like the video, please click on the subscribe button for future videos. Peace, Aquarius. Have a good one.